we're gonna explore this abandoned factory. It's abandoned for the last 40 years. So let's go.
This is our first time exploring a lost place, so it was really scary at first. We entered that huge abandoned place through bushes, which already felt like an adventure.
So now we are inside the lost place and we're gonna explore.
We stepped into the first room and it was like walking into chaos. Broken furniture was everywhere. Tables broken, cupboards smashed, and debris was all over the floor. It was a huge mess, but strangely fascinating.
What are your thoughts?
An old office.
The lost place is located in Germany. In the 130 years of history, the factory employed over 1,000 workers until its closure in 1992. The area has more than 100,000 square feet. There are a little over 20 different buildings, 2 halls and 1 big chimney.
Yeah, so we think there's a camera in here. So we will not go in this area. It's a really big hall. Yeah, so we will go that way in that case. And there's someone in here. So yeah, we probably should.
Security guy.
I'm not sure.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, there was a person in here, so we will go the other way. It's probably a security guy, we will see. So yeah, we found the shoe.
Looks fresh.
We then walked the other way and came across another section of the factory. Passing through a door, we spotted something unexpected. The second shoe. It wasn't a match, but it was still fascinating to imagine how it ended up here.
Oh, there's another shoe. I found the second one.
We walked down a narrow hallway, fascinated by the old building. Then we entered another room. Inside we found a few empty cupboards and a window overlooking the main entrance.
There is the main entry, and there is a camera. So now we're here in this big hall, we will explore it. We'll show you anything interesting.
After escaping from the security guard, we ended up in a completely different section of the factory. A sink was lying on the floor, and lots of mechanical equipment was still there. It was surreal to see that the factory had been abandoned with so much still left behind. We even saw a sign saying that drinking wasn't allowed in the factory, which we found oddly funny. When we looked out the window, we could see a river which was used to generate electricity for the factory. We then noticed a small hole in the wall. At first we didn't want to go inside, but curiosity got the better of us, so we climbed in. Inside there was a huge motor and a lot of pipes. We didn't know what we were looking at, until we saw a sign indicating it was a filtration system, which was pretty impressive. After getting out of the small hole, we continued exploring and found an old fuse box with outdated electrical equipment, which was fascinating. By that point we hadn't thought much about encountering other people, but soon we would hear someone and it would give us quite a scare. And then we saw a staircase and debated whether it was safe to go up. Fabio said the stairs were made out of steel and should be stable, so that convinced us to go up. They made a lot of noise, but thankfully they held up. Looking outside, we entered the restrooms. The broken sinks were on the floor. The other sink we saw probably came from here. Moving on, we climbed a small staircase that groaned under our weight, leading to a door that made a lot of noise as we opened it. Shattered windows covered the floor. When we entered another room, we found empty, dusty wooden shelves. We glanced out of another window and could see all the broken windows on the other buildings. The huge chimney was also really impressive, giving us a sense of the scale of the whole area. At that point we had to be really careful, because we were on the 3rd floor and the floor didn't seem very sturdy. It made a lot of noise. Graffiti covered many of the walls, which gave the place a unique atmosphere. There was shattered glass everywhere, and we even found an old kitchen. It looked like it was probably an employee break room at one point. On our way back down, we found a large hall, where a single old machine still stood. It made us wonder why just that one machine was left behind, and why they hadn't taken everything out. We started to realize that this might have been a textile or fabric factory. We continued down the stairs, stepping outside and heading to other buildings, which were even more impressive than we had seen so far. You can find the second part of our abandoned place adventure on our channel, or linked below.
We heard something. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And now let's get out of here.